There's something that is called the Basic Education Amendment Laws. I'm asking you, President, politely and respectfully so, sign that law.
Ons grondwet is duidelik. Elke persoon het die reg om onderwys in 'n amptelike taal of tale van hulle keuse. Hierdie regte wat sit in ons grondwet kan nie meer net met 'n pen uitgevee word nie.
The BELA Bill, a step towards equality? This question has sparked a heated debate across the nation. South Africa is grappling with its past, a past marked by deep divisions and systemic inequalities. The shadow of apartheid still lingers, casting a long and dark presence over the present. The BELA Bill aims to address this by creating a more inclusive and equitable educational system. It seeks to promote equality in education, ensuring that every child, regardless of background, has access to quality learning. One of its key proposals? To make sure that all languages are treated equally in schools. This means giving equal importance to all languages spoken in South Africa. Sounds simple enough, right? Not to everyone. Enter Afriforum. They're raising their voices, claiming the BELA Bill threatens Afrikaans language and culture, a cornerstone of their identity. They fear Afrikaans schools will vanish, swallowed by the system, losing their unique cultural heritage. But is this a genuine concern or a knee-jerk reaction to change? The debate rages on. To understand the depth of this issue, we need to delve into the history of language in South Africa, a history fraught with conflict and compromise. Afriforum's argument hinges on the belief that the BELA Bill will lead to the demise of Afrikaans. They argue that the bill threatens the very fabric of their cultural identity. They see it as an attack on their heritage, a move that could potentially erase their language and traditions from the public sphere. Their fear is palpable, their anger understandable. But is it justified? Are these concerns based on facts, or are they rooted in a deeper fear of change? Let's be clear. No one is suggesting banning Afrikaans. The language will continue to thrive in homes, communities, and cultural events. No one is saying you can't speak it, celebrate it, or pass it on to your children. The essence of the language and its cultural significance will remain intact. The BELA Bill is about creating a level playing field in schools. It aims to ensure that no child is left behind due to language barriers. It's about ensuring all South Africans have equal access to education, regardless of their mother tongue. The goal is inclusivity, not exclusion, fostering a more united and understanding society. To fully grasp the current debate, we need to rewind. We need to journey back to a time when the very fabric of South African society was being torn apart by the policies of apartheid. We need to understand the loaded history of Afrikaans, a language that carries with it the weight of a painful past. During apartheid, it wasn't just a language, it was a weapon wielded by the state. It was a tool of control and subjugation. It was used to divide communities, to discriminate against non-white South Africans, and to oppress the majority of the population. Black South Africans were forced to learn in Afrikaans, often at the expense of their own languages and cultural identities. This imposition was a daily reminder of their subjugation. This created a deep-seated resentment towards the language, a pain that still lingers in the hearts of many. The memories of being forced to abandon their mother tongues are still vivid. The journey towards a united South Africa requires understanding, empathy, and a willingness to confront the past. Section 4. African Cultures Thriving, a Lesson in Coexistence. Here's the irony. Many African cultures have thrived in integrated schools. Despite being educated in English or Afrikaans, they haven't lost their languages, their traditions, their identities. How? Because culture doesn't live or die in the classroom alone. Culture is passed down through generations, nurtured in homes, celebrated in communities. The same can be true for Afrikaner culture. Learning alongside other South Africans won't erase it. It might even enrich it. Section 5. Home is where culture lives. Debunking the need for segregation. This fear that integration equals cultural annihilation is a fallacy. It suggests that Afrikaans can only survive in segregated spaces. This is not only untrue, it's counterproductive. Imagine a South Africa where children from all backgrounds learn, play, and grow together. Imagine the bridges that could be built, the prejudices that could be dismantled. That's the promise of inclusive education. Section 6, Building a Brighter Future, the Power of Inclusive Education. The BELA Bill isn't a magic wand. It won't erase the scars of the past overnight, but it's a step in the right direction. It's a step towards a South Africa, where language is not a tool of division, but a bridge to understanding. It's time to move beyond the fear-mongering. It's time to embrace the richness of South Africa's diversity. It's time to build a future where all children, regardless of their background, have an equal chance to succeed.
The most important person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs.
Good to have you back on today here on ENCA. Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi has asked President Cyril Ramaphosa to sign the bill into law now and debate later.
My apologies to those that are partners in the government of national unity. Comrade President, there is something that is called the Basic Education Amendment Laws. I'm asking you, President, politely and respectfully so, sign that law. Sign that law. There must be no institution here, President, when the 6th administration and this particular house has passed that particular law. And the law is very simple, President. We are prepared to listen to any other person that wants to raise any view. But the law is simple. All our children must be in the same classroom and taught by the same teacher. What's wrong with that particular proposal? What's wrong with that particular proposal? That the language of teaching must incorporate all 12 languages, that there must be no language that is excluded. What's wrong with that particular proposal? That every child that is in ECD must be a formal education system starting from ECD. What's wrong with that particular proposal? And therefore, President, sign that particular law. We'll debate later.
Die DA het lang tyd teen die klousule 4 en 5 van BELA teengestaan. Hierdie klousule gee te veel mag aan die staat en vat te veel mag weg van ouers en gemeenskappe. Ons grondwet is duidelik. Elke persoon het die reg om onderwys in 'n amptelike taal of tale van hulle keuse. Hierdie regte wat sit in ons grondwet kan nie meer net met 'n pen uitgevee word nie. Skole deur hulle regerende liggame kan besluitings maak wat stem saam met die plaaslike gemeenskap, maar ook die ouers van die kinders in die skool, want die ouers weet beter as enige iemand wat hulle kinders nodig het in die skool. Ons moet moedertaal in Suid-Afrika beskerm en ons moet saam staan en ons sterk staan en ons moet seker maak dat die boodskap gaan uit. Daar is 12 amptelike tale in ons land en ons moet hulle almal beskerm. Baie dankie almal.
Ons moet onsself afvra, hoekom is ons vandag hier? Ons is vandag hier omdat ons 'n verandering teweeg wil bring. 'n Verandering om te sê dat hierdie BELA-wet was voor die verkiesing deur die ANC se magsmisbruik deur die parlement geforseer, want hulle het geweet na die verkiesing gaan hulle dalk nie meer die regering wees nie. Die twee maniere wat jy 'n volk kan vernietig, dis teen oorlog en die magtige Britse Ryk kon dit nie regkry nie. Die tweede is as jy 'n volk sy trots ontneem. En ek sê dat jy moet altyd trots wees op wie en wat jy is. Of jy 'n Zulu, 'n Xhosa, 'n breinmens of wie ook al is, wees trots op wie en wat jy is.